Rory McGrail, the UNESCO Commonwealth of Learning Chair in Open Education Resources, and I'm a Research Associate at Contact North, Contact Nord. Let's talk about assembling open education resources. And when I talk about assembly, I'm trying to get people away from the idea of developing and designing courses and start thinking in terms of using the available open education resources that are out there and assembling them together to fit into a course that instructors and professors like. And the first step in any assembly process is, of course, to check what's already out there. Check the websites, check even from print what you can use, what videos possible, anything at all that's out there. And don't design anything if you can beg, buy, borrow, or even steal it. Open education resources are open for the most part. Some of them are more difficult to use than others, but for the most part, the vast majority of them are open. You can augment them, you can edit them, you can customize them, you can aggregate them together, reformat them, and create a wide variety of different mashups. And in this way, you can assemble your courses. So it's like putting together a IKEA set, that you take the different parts and you build it up and you assemble it together till you have a good finished product to your liking. Another way you can approach it is to debone existing courses. And by deboning, I mean going into your existing courses, finding out what commercial content is in there, taking it out and substituting it for open educational resource. Another aspect of that is that in instructional design, we're generally told you start from the needs of the learner and then you work out and build your course. And this is a good way of approaching instructional design, but it's not the only way. Another good way of approaching instructional design is that you find good materials that are available and use them and integrate them into your curriculum, integrate them into your course, and adapt your curriculum so that it includes cool content. And this isn't a new concept. In fact, most of Western education started, there was an open educational resource, the Bible, and people built courses around it. So it's not, there's nothing new about this, but I think we need to get back to that when we're looking at using open educational resources. So don't be married to a set curriculum. Assemble your courses, don't create them from scratch. Mix and match the materials that you need. Or even if there's a whole course out there that suits your needs, take the whole course and use it as is. You can mix and match from a wide variety of different sources and repositories on the internet. And you can also, if your institution has licenses for content, you can put in licensed content. And with fair dealing, you can even use a certain amount of commercial content. So think in terms of adapting, reusing, remixing, and repurposing. But avoid the not invented here syndrome, where people think if it isn't made at home and we do it ourselves, it can't be any good. We've got to start being willing to accept the works of others and incorporate it into our materials and share material. We need to be flexible, because no matter what happens, no matter how much you plan, it happens. And Nassim Taleb tells us that there's a black swan in everyone's future. And by that he means that everyone thought that the swans were white until they went to Australia and they found black swans. And he uses this as an example to say that unpredictable events always happen. And so if we're planning, we need to be flexible. We need to create alternative learning routes, or even better, assemble alternate learning routes using open education resources. Everybody is different. Don't analyze too much, don't plan too much, just do it. We suffer quite often from a paralysis of analysis and planning. The best thing to do is to just get out there and start assembling and keep it simple.